We've got Izzy Mail!
Let's do this.
Oh, my friends don't care about everything as long as you.
Hello, stranger! Today we have quite an elaborate review as we'll be talking about Izzy's new line of skincare, which includes cleansers and serums. So to actually put these babies to the test, we'll be checking out how the cleansers fare versus micellar water on different kinds of makeup products. As for the serum, one by one we'll try them on as a prep for Izzy & Co.'s active skin tint and see if they actually do what they claim to do. For reference, I have oily, sensitive, acne-prone skin, and that's where my opinions will be based largely from. Starting off with Izzy & Co.'s cleansing bars. The two types of cleansing bar by Izzy & Co. aim to address cleansing plus other concerns. One for calming sensitive skin and the other for giving a boost of nourishment. Each variant comes in this kind of like a plastic jar with a mini spatula to keep the application process convenient and cleaner. Now, how do cleansing balms work? Cleansing balms are used as a first step for double cleansing. Double cleansing is when you use a cleansing balm, oil, or micellar water to take off the first layer of makeup or gunk in your face, then you follow with your usual facial wash.
Everyone else will think that it's weird, so maybe
Generally, all you have to do is scoop an ample amount of product, slather and massage it on your skin without any water first. Glide through every makeup or gunk you want to remove, then you'll take a little bit of water and continue massaging. Once you mix water with the balm, it's going to emulsify and help glide through the skin and remove every gunk there is. Once done, you wash everything off your face with water or use a damp cloth to remove the balm. Then you follow with whatever facial wash you have. Izzy & Co.'s cleansing bar and calming melt comes in this pink jar, enriched with key ingredients like brown seaweed extract to help fight premature aging, sunflower seed oil to smoothen the skin and alleviate redness, soybean oil which helps strengthen the skin's moisture barrier, chamomile extract which suits sensitive skin with hyperpigmentation and acne, and squalene, an emollient which reduces fine lines and UV damage, and also acts as a natural antioxidant. This cleansing bar is geared towards those who have sensitive, troubled, and matured skin like mine. Upon opening, the side of the pink translucent color looks so pretty. You can definitely smell that faint, soapy, flowery smell as well, which is probably due to the essential oils in the ingredients, which made me kind of nervous because essential oils can be a hit or miss, since they can also be a trigger for irritation. The formula easily glides on the skin and becomes milky with water. After rinsing, there is no residue or sticky feel left behind on the skin, which is great. I also didn't get any adverse reaction right after using, no tightness or dryness on the skin, but there isn't any significant change or improvement on the redness on some parts of my skin as well. The next cleansing bar is Nourishing Melt, which comes in this yellow jar, enriched with goodies like Edelweiss extract, which is a powerful antioxidant which helps the skin become more supple, firmer, and wrinkle-free. A very good ingredient for anti-aging. The rest of the ingredients is quite similar to Calming Melt. We have sunflower seed oil, soybean, chamomile extract, and squalene. This cleansing bar is meant for all skin types, dry, dull, or oily skin. Now, I have oily skin, but if I'm gonna choose between the two in terms of what they're geared for, I'd still go with the Calming Melt if it means being more friendly to my sensitive skin. Upon opening, you see this marvelous yellow translucent balm. It has the same smell as Calming Melt. If not the same, then pretty close, up to the point that I don't really see the difference, given this also has a lot of essential oils, pretty similar to the ones in Calming Melt. The formula also glides easily on the skin and turns into a milky texture, as it should since it's a cleansing balm. It doesn't leave any residue and my skin feels well moisturized after washing off. In terms of feeling post-wash, there isn't much difference between the two for me, so I can safely interchange the two and there wouldn't be such an adverse effect on my skin. Now, to compare this with micellar water, I've gathered some stuff here that I often use on my face. I'm gonna apply these one by one and remove them using both cleansers. First up, we have my waterproof Club Clio Kill Lash Mascara. Then we have Hyper Gleam's Moonshot. Izzy & Co's Active Skin Tint, my go-to foundation, which is the Estee Lauder Longwear Foundation, Izzy & Co's Active Concealer, and then my Odin Eyes eyeshadow. For the top part, I'm gonna use my micellar water. I'm gonna let it sit a little bit longer before swiping because that's how you properly use a micellar water. And as you can see, the micellar water isn't removing my Kill Lash mascara. Everything else was removed swiftly, except for the mascara, which I already expected. Next, I'm gonna massage the cleansing balm. As you can see, it does take off the mascara, but it takes a little bit more massaging for the Kill Lash mascara to be completely removed, while the rest that we laid on are removed swiftly. I'm gonna apply water now, and you'll see that the cleansing balm is emulsifying and completely removing everything. I'd say this is a good result, but I did try this out with my lashes when I had my Kill Lash mascara on, and I realized although this does remove the mascara, it takes some massaging and rubbing in the eye area, which isn't good because the skin on the eyes is really thin, so I'll stick with my oil-based remover for the mascara. Now that we're done with the cleansing balms, which one would you rather cop? While you're brainstorming on that, let's head over to the booster serums. First up, Booster Serum in Hydrating and Soothing Drops. Translucent with speckles of gold. This booster serum is gorgeous. Look at that. Meant to hydrate and soothe flare-ups, this serum is concocted with key ingredients like beta-glucan to soothe and calm irritated skin. It has anti-aging properties as well and helps in wound healing. Peptide, which improves skin barrier and has anti-aging properties for a more elastic skin. And gold, which helps stimulate skin cells and treat inflammations. There are also a lot of hydrating ingredients in the list, and this is why it's called Hydrating and Soothing Drops. Now this serum has a thin consistency, very spreadable compared to the other three. The specks of gold dissolve as you massage it. Upon application on my skin, it started out tacky and feels a little cold to be honest, but as it dries, it's not as tacky and the skin feels really moisturized as if it's been moisturized from within, instead of having like an oily layer on top of your skin. This has the thinnest consistency among the three serums. However, I don't really notice any additional soothing. It didn't really lessen the redness at the sides of my face, and there are a couple of dry patches that it didn't solve. Now I'm applying the Active Skin Tint to see how it will work with this booster serum. Active Skin Tint glides a lot smoother on the skin with this serum on. After application, everything feels and looks really silky. The Active Skin Tint looks a lot nicer on the skin, especially on how it settles on the pores. A little bit more sheen is in there, but nothing too dewy. If you have oily skin like I do, it does get a little bit oilier throughout the day, so blotting is necessary. Overall, I love this. I love the moisturizing effect, and I love how it mixes with the Active Skin Tint. Next up, we have Booster Serum and Multi-Nourishing Drops. This orange goop definitely feels a lot thicker and a lot more tacky. Meant to energize the skin and repair skin barrier, this nourishing drop is concocted with the following key ingredients like Edelweiss flower, which is an antioxidant, helps soothe skin and has anti-aging properties. Sea daffodil, which helps support cell renewal and correct dark spots. Seawater algae, which provides hydration and skin toning to repair hyperpigmentation. Upon application on the skin, it's not as spreadable compared to the first one. It feels thick, but it does settle faster. Applying the skin tint, it's not as silky and dewy mixed with the nourishing drops. The skin feels soft with a bit more grip when touched, but the pores look a little bit more visible compared to the hydrating serum. In terms of dry patches, I think it works better than the first one and the skin feels firmer. Overall, I like this better on its own than using it as a prep for the skin tint. Next, we have Booster Serum and Refining and Clarifying Drops. The consistency of this is quite similar with the hydrating and soothing drops, but packaged in this light blue gloriousness. Consisting of the following key ingredients like rapeseed oil, which has antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties, niacinamide, which supports the skin barrier and improves skin texture, propanediol for moisturization. We also have this microencapsulation technology, which ensures that moisture and hydration permeates deeply into the skin. And we have licorice root extract, which helps for the brightening of hyperpigmentation. This serum is meant for acne-prone skin like what I have. Applying this serum on the skin feels quite cooled and very spreadable. It was absorbed right away by my skin and feels quite similar as the hydrating serum drop. The microcapsules dissolve as you spread it on your skin. It doesn't feel beady, but I do think it takes a few more tries to actually see some changes in terms of blemishes. With the active skin tint, it lets the skin tint glide almost similarly as the hydrating serum drop, but with less moisture, less glow. It does help the skin tint become more spreadable, but for me, this kind of sits in the middle. It doesn't have a wow factor in transforming the skin tint, but it doesn't have any immediate bad effect as well. Lastly, we have Booster Serum and Sebum Balancing Drops. This pink goop also feels thick like the nourishing drops. It takes a while to sell and a little bit of tackiness is still there. Meant to reduce sebum production, the sebum balancing drops is composed of the following key ingredients like lactic acid, which helps increase skin renewal, kaolin clay, which helps in absorbing excess oil, and zinc gluconate, which reduces oil production and aids in acne treatment. Upon application, the serum feels thick and tacky at the start. It's not as thick as the nourishing drops, but it also takes a while to sell. The tacky feeling subsides a little as it sells and doesn't really irritate my skin. Layering the active skin tint over the serum, it slides easily and covers the pores nicely, but it doesn't leave a dewy sheen. It doesn't feel matte, it feels moisturized but with less oil. Throughout the day, having both the skin tint and the serum booster on, I noticed that my skin is less oily and the skin tint is nicely intact. And that's all of the booster serums under Izzy & Co. Generally, the ones I really like the most are the hydrating one for the impeccable texture it gives the skin when topped with the active skin tint, and the sebum balancing one since I have oily acne-prone skin. If I have a long busy day and I don't have the time to retouch, put powder on, this does help balance the oiliness without stripping the skin dry. But what about you guys? What would you cop if given the chance? Leave your comments down below, and I guess that's it for now. Until next time, goodbye stranger.